Hello, survivors. The world of Zealand, Las Vegas is dark, brutal, and unforgiving as it is set during the zombie apocalypse that threatens to wipe out the human race. The content will be graphic and violent in nature, so be prepared. We return now to Zealand, Las Vegas to see how our group of survivors faces this dark new existence.
Hello everybody! Today we gather here to play Zealand, a tabletop role-playing game set in the zombie apocalypse.
Role-playing?
Role-playing game, yes. We have, and when we go color name, go ahead and say hello. We have Chloe.
Hi, what's up?
We have Mitch.
Hello.
And Rosie. Matt.
Hi.
Doodle.
Solid.
Gabe is currently not here, but he will be back. We have Tess.
Hello.
We have Jesse.
Hello.
And Todd. Hi. Unlike most role-playing games where you play a character made up in your mind, everyone is playing as themselves. The way they react to the circumstances of the zombie apocalypse will be more in line with how they would act as themselves, how they would face certain situations, the choices that they would make. So their skills are based on their backgrounds, their actual childhood, teen years, adult years, what they've done in their life. That is going to give them their skills. As we come up against skill checks, I'll probably explain a little bit as we go along. For the most part, it is a very narrative-heavy game. That's the point of it, to have more fun in the environment other than doing math and calculating dice rolls. So the reason they're all together here tonight is as we actually get together every Friday is to play Dungeons & Dragons. 3.5 edition, playing Curse of Strahd. We just wrapped it up. Our character Victor actually just delivered the killing blow to Strahd, and we have cleared Castle Ravenloft. So everyone's in pretty high spirits tonight, which is good, because the last few weeks have been a little crazy. The news media has kind of whipped everybody into a frenzy. There's been a new disease or a virus out there. Got a lot of people sick, a really bad flu, like bad fever-like symptoms, but things seem to be clearing. People get hospitalized, they're in there, crazy bad fever, and then they snap out of it. So that's what the news is reporting. Most of you seemingly unaffected. Everybody here is relatively good health. As far as friends and family members go, that's up to you to report. So let's go ahead and start it off with Victor delivering the final blow to Strahd.
So I plunge my lance, one-handed of course, deep into the vampire chest, and as he slams down and he bursts into ashes and flames and whatever, I look to the rest of our party, beaten and bloodied and bruised, and I let out a mighty war cry of victory that all of Barovia shares. And our final victory. God has been forever doing this.
And Barovia definitely hears that your armies have marched, have fought for you, the Mongol folk, the villagers, all because of a group of adventurers have came into a sort of new plane and have changed their lives forever.
Question is, now what?
Let's what?
That's what.
And then after Strahd, of course, is my campaign.
That's right.
Snap.
I'm ready.
So-
I'm ready
so-
for Candyland.
So I've decided I'm going to be made of toffee.
Okay.
So if we ever, for whatever reason, run out of food, obviously we're eating her first.
Yes. If you can catch me.
I think
You know what?
'Cause
That
I can,
depends on how I homebrew the race. If
Stretch out my
candy
body.
people are edible or not.
Toxic toffee. Like,
Ooh.
No, it'd be like
people are edible. Like
I'm gonna
a
be
person made of
Reese's
toffee is
person.
doubly edible.
Please let me be a
Especially
Reese's person. Please. I'm
Candyland?
yes.
You just
there's
made it
a
like
part
French
that
candy.
is Candyland.
I'm going to be dead serious. Reese's.
Yeah, Chloe's letting me be a princess knight from the candy realm.
Princess.
So everybody
Yes.
give me a perception check, flat perception, because you're all kind of talking, see if anybody notices anything.
I don't.
Fail 46. Oh, fail.
So you said flat perception, does that mean just
Your
Just perception roll flat, no modifiers.
Oh, okay.
Fail 10.
You rolled a 72.
Did anybody pass?
I did.
Alright, by how much? What did you
No,
roll?
you have to roll under your number.
I rolled for 12.
12,
23.
23,
17.
17. That is a
8.
8.
Okay. So you
Alright, you
passed. Really?
So the 3 of you that passed, and the way we're doing our rolls, they have their skill in perception. They have to roll a percentile dice or a D100, and they have to roll below that. And based on what they roll, is how well they did. So those of you that passed, like you live relatively close to a busy street, and it's weird because it's going on midnight. Like we usually wrap up around midnight, and you hear a lot of traffic, a lot of honking, like an increased level of traffic, which for this time of night is very odd.
What the fuck?
It's on my car.
What's going on?
You're doing a lot of construction down the highway. Could just be a wreck or something.
These neighbors.
Well, I mean, there is a lot of construction and a lot of accidents on the highway, so I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Especially right there.
I mean, like
Especially right
6 times on my way over here, I've gotten stopped on the 95 because of an accident. So.
Exactly.
Well, we were right next to the 215 too, so that's been under construction
Also,
for what, weeks?
Midnight. I'm also hearing kind of like some yelling and banter next door.
Next door, next door, or next door, next door. Or next door, next door.
I can't tell. It's complex. I'm sorry.
You stole or
I'm
Well, they always
like
fight.
the
Wait, you
car
hear like,
sounds, they sound like they're not like at the highway, they sound like out in the parking lot.
doesn't make sense.
No, the car sounds you hear were definitely like on the major road,
Okay.
like the road next outside of where y'all live. It's not right outside, but
as they
Then
mentioned.
that is weird because
Yeah,
no
that
one's on
road's
that
pretty,
road.
that road's pretty quiet. The highway's loud, that road.
As they mentioned that, can I go out the balcony doors and look out the balcony, like behind you,
sure.
just to see if I can see anything at all.
Sure. So you make your way out there. Go ahead and give me a perception plus 15.
So that's
Which percentage?
40. So I have to count. No.
Wow, you really don't.
It's dark and he needs glasses.
Yeah.
apparently.
So same thing. Like you slide open the door. Now everyone can kind of hear it. It's not like traffic zooming by because it's not that type of road. It's kind of a feeder road that leads towards a major highway. But you hear like a lot of honking. You hear cars going. You hear kind of like Rosie said. You kind of hear like a general hum of people maybe shouting at each other. It doesn't sound like a lot of cars are moving. You just hear a lot of honking.
I'm gonna go on my phone
Okay, go ahead.
and I'm gonna see if I can find anything going on the news. So I Google Las Vegas news and then just go to the front page of it.
All right, so you see a lot of reports. If you go on the news, you see a lot of like the traffic cam. They have the traffic cams out there, and you're starting to see a lot more information coming up about crashes and abandoned vehicles. You're starting to see the helicopters are out flying around. You're starting to see a lot of the highways are starting to fill up with some of the major intersections.
There's some weird shit going on.
I would look out the balcony with Matt at this point.
All right, go ahead, same thing, perception plus
Could it be a giant haboob?
Well, I mean, like even when the shooting,
Dust storm. Haboobs.
like, even when the big shooting happened, that was really just a strip that got crazy.
I failed by 1.
Okay, so same thing. You
Scam.
just hear the generic noise of the highway.
Do you guys see anybody like?
Apparently we don't see anything.
It was dark.
I go
Even
check
though
out
it's
the front door.
Oh, you're
Okay.
I go check out the front doors and I kind of walk halfway downstairs, basically peek past like the unit's wall.
I'll at least stand on a little like balcony with you. Okay. I'm not gonna let you just walk out there and it's a bunch of shouting alone.
81.
So
I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna walk to the
we're
gate
tired.
to the feeder road to see if I'm gonna walk to the apartment gate.
So that's going to take you a little while.
You should probably, if you're gonna go, you should take someone with you.
They're shouting and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I'm obviously gonna have my phone in my pocket, and then I'm gonna go. We got a broom.
You gonna take a broom out there?
No.
I mean, would you
Get
take anything out there?
Will you come with me?
Why not?
Okay, cool.
All right, so the two of you, you're going to make your way to the gate. That's going to take a little bit. So in,
Takes
1.5 minutes.
It takes about 90 seconds.
Right. So while they're doing that, does anyone else want to do anything?
I mean, I'll go look out the balcony also.
I text my mom.
All right. So you text your mom. What do you text her?
Anything crazy going on over there? Loud noises, cars, traffic.
All right. So you send that text. You're gonna go ahead and look out the balcony. You said.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Perception plus 15.
So perception is 86. That'll be 51.
51.
Hey, someone can pass one.
31.
31. All right. So you hear the same thing as everyone else, but you also hear, like, you hear the crunch of rocks, like fast, crunch, 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 crunch. And you know, like, most of the landscape around here is rocks. You don't necessarily see anybody, but you hear, like, you definitely hear movement. You don't hear anything beyond that, but you hear people moving more towards the left of your house as looking on the balcony, kind of that way. People running across or between buildings.
Would you be able to see us just making our way towards the front gate?
Yeah, because you can see us like looping around the building.
Yeah, you see Mitch and you see Tess kind of making their way up there, but you don't see you don't see anybody other than them right now.
I'll tell them, be careful. I saw some, like, I heard some movement running that way, so.
So you shout that.
Yeah.
So,
And, like, could be some robbers or something. I don't know. Just be careful out there.
Lock up. Just lock the door and you'll know it's us. Open up the side window.
Right.
I'd be going on Facebook.
all right, so you go to Facebook. What are you looking for? Just general feed.
Yeah, just my own feed. Just
Well, and if
check it
there's
first out.
and if there's like disasters or whatever, Facebook has that whole check-in feature, so that's also a good thing to see. Because like with the 1 October shooting, there was a
Yeah.
check-in if you're safe.
Todd check-in is safe from the zombie apocalypse. So all right, so you go to your feed, and everybody give me just an insight check. Flat insight.
You mean
We don't-
intuition?
Sorry, intuition.
Yeah.
Tell me what you did earlier.
Oh, sweet. Pass 14.
All right, pass roll 14. Who else passed?
Past 9.
24.
Pass with 24. All right, so the three of you, like, you're walking, and you're kind of like reflecting back on the news media.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird timing. You know, this flu virus just kind of tore through a bunch of people. There was so many people freaking out about it. And then the news, like the news typically does, they just moved on to the next thing. You know, some politician said something stupid. They're trying to fund something stupid. So this you know, horrible, scary virus kind of fell in the background of all the news media. As you're walking out there, Tess, you're like, you're kind of thinking, man, maybe this is weird because like it just went away, and for no reason now everything's kind of like clogging up. Things are going weird. Same thing, Jesse. You're definitely having those same types of thoughts. And then Todd, you're looking to your Facebook feed, and you know you all kind of seen like the crazy posts. Like anytime something happens, there's always the conspiracy theory nuts. You know, some people are like, oh, it's it's chemtrails. And some people are like, oh, it's the Russians. And then there's
Are you
this,
friends with a bunch of anti-vaxxers?
should have vaxxed your kids. And then there's some people that are like, it's zombies. You know, oh, this is how it starts. I've seen this in the movies. You have a good mix of that. Now on your Facebook profile, it's people posting pictures of their workouts, of their dinner, and then you see some videos of like a dashboard cam from a person. They posted it, and they're on the 95. Like they're in the spaghetti bowl, just on the 95, and it is wall to wall, nothing but red lights. And you see people out of their cars, kind of looking around, and then the person's just like, just my luck, just got off of work, that type of thing. But you see nothing but taillights.
You know what? I don't think we need to go to the gate. I have a feeling like.
Are there cars like trying to leave the complex? Like, are we walking past a bunch of cars, or?
Yeah, there's been one or two. I mean, maybe like one or two people have left in the time that you've been there, but like not to the point where it would stick out.
Okay.
Like you see, both of you, without having to roll, like you see other people are doing the same thing that y'all did. like they're out on their balcony, they kind of look around, like shouting like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like someone points at you, like, "Hey, what's going on? What do you see?"
We don't
Don't
see
know yet. We're gonna
anything.
check it out.
All right, well let me know. It's just crazy.
I got a really weird feeling about this, man. I just, like, might be all the Resident Evil gameplays I've been watching recently, but,
You just want to head back?
yeah. I kind of just, I'm getting spooked.
How far did the game did you make? Like,
We
are
probably
you?
made it,
Probably
like,
made it to like the pool.
yeah, to
To
the
the
pool.
So
Yeah.
about halfway.
So you can see kind of the feeder road that goes up and
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
we would
see
just be able to see through the gate to the road.
Alright, so from that angle, like you can't see every car because there's pretty high walls on it, but you can see like taller vehicles. You can see like semi trucks and pickup trucks, and they're not really moving. And you see people out of their vehicle, kind of like shouting at each other. You see the people doing the thing where they like step up on their car, like kind of see what's going on ahead. And people just honking their horns. Like you see traffic's not moving.
Looks like our D&D group might be stuck for a while.
I got nowhere to be. So,
If everyone's still awake, we could load up like some Jackbox games or.
there you go. I like that idea. I don't know. I'm feeling really paranoid about this right now. So
Let's
I'm
go
gonna,
back.
okay.
No problem.
So I'm actually
Turn off the open sign, lock the door. It's not our
before we
business.
lock the door though, I'm gonna get my car keys out of my purse and I'm gonna run down to my car and get my tire iron out of my car.
So you go, you grab your tire iron.
Turn. You know what? I got that
Also-
southern drawl.
Assuming like maybe
We
Andreas is like driving at work, and he's probably with his gun and stuff. There's at least a bat that's still up behind, so I'm gonna grab the metal bat.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back in with a
Well,
tire.
if there's commotion outside, I would actually legitimately do that. There's at least that much commotion. That's not.
We don't got much in here. Tire iron that I haven't. I'm trying to say it properly. Leave me alone. I've got.
It's cute.
That's the like heftiest thing that I own. So
So as they're making their way back, is there anything anybody in here wants to do? Anybody wants to share information on what they've looked at or thought about? Any of that stuff?
I mean, I just heard some movement out there. Some fast movement. And whatever I remember in these past couple times, the virus passing by, so, or something like that.
Yeah, it's not something to worry about. I know.
Ooh, I'd like to try looking up
You know
on
those
World
famous
Star.
passwords, right?
World Star.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
World Star is a online. It's not streaming, but it's a video posting site that, when it comes to things like this, they have videos. They would be, if there was like anything like that, would be a result or solution. Yeah. 62.
What were you rolling for?
Like investigate?
Sure.
You just roll it.
I don't know,
I'd
I'm
like
just
to do this,
rolling.
and then you just roll.
Let me.
I was listening to your thorough explanation of World Star. I forgot to tell you, as the GM, did actually do the roll. So go ahead, give me an investigate. Plus 20 since you understand what World Star is.
Okay.
Yeah. You're saying enough ghetto fight videos.
43.
So what's your investigate?
My investigate is 34.
So your threshold would be 44.
And you rolled a 43?
Yeah.
So you
Nice.
just passed.
Okay, I just passed.
You
So-
almost crit.
Okay.
You almost crit.
So you're,
And it's just videos. So
Yeah.
if there's anything interesting, it would be in a video.
yeah, so looking at World Star, it's like global.
Yeah.
You-
Oh, I mean, it could be really anywhere. It's usually like America.
Like, do you want to search anything specific or just go to like World Star?
Really just the front page where recent videos have been posted.
Okay, so you're going through, and of course, it's like your typical like frat boy parties doing stupid things, like jumping off a staircase onto a table, WWE style. And then you see like one's called like crazy bomb attack, and it shows this a group of people leaving the club, and like this homeless person comes rushing at him, like yelling at him, like ah, and he rushes them and like jumps the one guy, and then of course 4 of the other dudes respond and just beat the tar on this homeless person.
Mm.
And of course the guy with the phone isn't getting involved. He's just like, yeah, that's what you get. That's just like the hype man, not actually doing anything, just recording it with his phone. And at the end, the homeless person just laying there, like twitching. And that's where the video cuts out.
Okay.
It's the only one that really sticks out as weird. on a site that excels at posting weird videos.
Do I notice where the video was taking place?
It doesn't say.
Like, do I notice like the background at all?
Oh,
Like the club that they could have been exiting out of, or
give me insight plus. You work downtown, so you insight plus 30.
It's intuition.
Intuition, yes.
intuition plus 30.
If
So
I
my
say
threshold,
insight, it's intuition.
my threshold would be 60. 56.
Nice.
Nice.
Just barely.
You know what?
So you recognize it as the gold spike.
Okay.
Like you see, they're kind of around the side where you can see like the big Jenga blocks, and you see the big beer pong trash cans in the background. So it's kind of along that fence line on the side where people come sometimes sneak in. That's where the person came running up that. So it's definitely downtown Las Vegas.
Okay, so nothing too out of the ordinary. I mean,
Exactly.
it's weird, but you
You're
know,
not wrong.
I mean,
It's not that weird.
So you mentioned
Get in your chair.
Tess, you've made your way back into the apartment by now. You with your tire iron.
Hey, did
so
you,
much.
why do you?
I just,
Why?
this,
Why?
there's a lot of yelling out there. People are like on top of their cars.
Dude,
Like it's just, I've been watching a lot of Resident Evil gameplays lately. Jacksepticeye was doing that recently, so I've been watching a lot of that. I'm just feeling very paranoid. I'd rather just have it just in case.
And why do you have a bat?
Vegas.
Okay.
Dude, it's fake.
Do you not hear all the commotion outside?
I
He
do,
was
but
just
like,
yelling about how he heard
They're
that
literally
shit.
taking a riot up the street and you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna be like
And he was saying that he
defenseless.
heard
I-
people running.
Are you sleeping?
Grab a kitchen knife or
Were you
something.
sleeping
Like,
again?
We have like 20 of them.
yeah. There's a tire.
So I'm obviously make sure the door is
Aw,
locked.
do you need a nap after DMing?
Okay.
So you locked and you've turned off the open sign. as you
Yeah,
said
and we've
earlier.
closed that window. I mean, luckily we're on the second floor, so we don't have to worry about anybody like jumping in.
The stairs-
Jumpers.
The stairs are pretty loud.
And
too,
also
people
there's
walking up.
kids downstairs. They'll go for the kids first. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how looters are.
Well, we're not getting out of here because traffic is crazy everywhere.
Yes.
It's all over Facebook.
So
Do you need like
instead of
contact Steve?
Well, I texted him.
well, I've got
I would have
fucking
texted
Wi-Fi.
Steve. He doesn't.
just tell your boss you were in the middle of a
My
riot.
mom does
See if you
respond
can,
really
see
fast.
if you can contact see if you can contact your boyfriend.
Okay. I guess I contact them. Right?
Okay, go ahead. Send him a text. While you're thinking about, you don't have to roll anything.
Okay.
You're using your thumbs. Roll thumb.
Well, no, I failed.
So,
She forgot how to
Chloe's mom comes back and she says lots of commotion in the neighborhood. Locked, doors are locked. I'm upstairs. Just hopefully whatever's going on, people just quiet down so I can go to bed.
I'm gonna.
She's like, you coming home tonight? Question mark.
I don't respond.
You said it's about
What's your mom
midnight, yeah.
dad?
Yeah,
Oh,
you guys,
She
as
does all the
usual,
time.
they kind of wrapped it up at around midnight. So now it's
Speaking of
it's
which-
been about 10 minutes since
Yeah.
Strahd was defeated.
I'm going to message one of my friends. She's a floor supervisor at the Cal. I'm going to kind of message her and be like, hey, anything different going on down there. It is a Friday night, so it is usually like a little weird, but we're also just off of Fremont, so we don't get near. It's not like Fremont where it's always crazy. Ours is
Less foot traffic.
ours is more of a retirement home.
And Rosie, you said you were going to text.
Andres.
Dragon.
Yeah.
So we're back upstairs now, right?
You come back in. The door was locked. The open sign was turned off.
Yeah, he had commented about me having a tire iron.
We'll make sure everything's well locked behind us and close up the blinds there.
Is everybody back inside? Or is anybody still in the balcony?
I came back and said to relay that message.
Yeah, I came back inside to question.
And I would like
weapons.
close the blinds.
So you close the blinds and obviously the door's closed behind you.
Yeah.
What did you want to text to Dragon?
Just ask like, hey love, when you're on break, just let me know like if anything is like more hectic than usual. It's been really hectic up here. So
All Alright, fair enough. So, is there anything anybody wants to do, or do you want to just pass time and see what happens? What's your plan?
I'm probably gonna go on the TV and pull up YouTube. YouTube, oftentimes they have news streams. Like you can just type in CNN Live or BBC Live or Fox News Live. You can type that in, and there's always somebody on YouTube who has a stream of their news channel playing. So I'm probably gonna do that and just type in News Live, and just pick the first one that like has a lot of views.
So you see theater. There's always the Politico ones. There's always the cute baby tiger doing the cute trick in the zoo videos, and then near the top you see one where it's talking about this virus.
Yeah.
And it's you see one person they're wearing a lab coat, got the stethoscope on, clearly their doctor for the news station. Then you see the talking head. It's CNN. You click on that one.
Sure.
So you bring it up, it's CNN Live, and they're talking about this virus, and they're kind of comparing it to rabies. So it's saying that they're seeing some people having the same kind of symptoms as rabies, and they've seen where they get this fever, and it goes away, and then all of a sudden they kind of go crazy, like they lash out at people, and they're going after people aggressively, and they've had to subdue a lot of their patients that seemingly were fine, and the emergency rooms are starting to get overwhelmed with people that have been hit or chased or scratched by someone just running around acting crazy.
Alright, I watched a game theory on this recently, and it was talking about this, and it literally was talking about this is how the zombie apocalypse happened. Just saying. Like, he literally uploaded that like a month ago, so that's kind of really freaky.
I mean, once I hear
Well,
that,
we're doomed.
once I hear, oh yeah, I'm okay, it's grinding now, great. Once I hear that on the on the TV, on the live stream.
Oh well.
Oh, there's nothing in here. There's plenty of things in there. I just talked about this last time. Not so crazy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like. We might want to like just listen. We might want to chill on the balcony just to see like, because if we're gonna see anything, we're gonna see it off the balcony. Like if we just sit in here, we're not gonna see anything till like it's at the door.
Oh, air's warm enough.
I don't want to deal with anything. I don't want to bring anything up here because we're on the balcony. I don't want to bring anyone up here because we're on the balcony.
Well, also if they know that there are people here, it's less likely that anybody's gonna riot and break into here as compared to somewhere empty.
I mean,
People generally don't want to fight unless they have to. If they find a target where they don't have to fight, they're going to pick that over a target in which they do have to fight.
Unless you're right about it being Xandos, in which case they'll take what they can get.
That's very true.
Are we seriously
I mean-
considering zombies?
I mean, weirder things have happened.
No, actually, not really.
Not
On
really.
a scale of weird things to actually
I'm
happen,
just overly
I
paranoid.
mean, Chernobyl, that's all I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah, but this is
a nuclear meltdown
We don't have any nuclear
30
plants
years,
here.
so doesn't equate to sci-fi monsters.
while this is
Yeah, that's
happening. I have a friend out in New York, and I want to text her to see if there's anything happening on Andreas' place.
Alright, go ahead.
Commotion.
So you send her a text. You get a text back from Andres, and he's just saying like, super busy night, weirder than normal. I'll explain more when I get home. Love you.
Has Sandra messaged me back?
You get one back, kind of same deal. Like, say
Love
very-
you at the end,
I still love you. Just like weird crowd, lots of cops down here. Like the crowds have kind of thinned out.
Okay.
Weird night.
Okay. I
there
mean,
a
it's
protest
like
going on
90% old Hawaiians at my place, so like we're not gonna get crazy.
Well, good news is, if they are zombies and it's a bunch of old Hawaiian zombies, I think everyone at your casino is going to be okay.
Oh yeah.
Can't bite if you ain't got no teeth.
Exactly. Half of them are already half rotted as is.
Old people, they need their brains.
All you gotta do is you gotta kick their walker and
Exactly. See, I'm like not even concerned.
Like, how do you tell which one's the zombies and which one's just your normal patrons?
Whether or not they yell at
One,
you for placing their bets
yeah,
wrong.
one yells about pennies, one yells about.
So the discussion was, are you going to put people out on the patio, on the balcony to take kind of Overwatch?
I don't really see it. If we hear a noise, like we can take a look, but
Yeah. Let's just play some Jackbox. Like, I think I'm just riling myself up.
and if
If
we
we say also if we want to feel safer, we just barricade that window. That's the closest thing.
actually that window has a wire meshing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's already barricaded.
And we're meshing, but like we just say like any like hard force.
It's actually built to. That's why it's the only one with wire meshing.
Well, ow!
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, we can, like, if we hear something at the door and we're worried, we can always barricade the door. We got YouTube. YouTube can love some furniture.
Just slide the couch.
Plug the couch, like, all of us sit on it. There's some good weight. Let's
Yeah,
just
if we
play
move the couch and you and I sit on it, nothing's moving us.
Well, let's just. I think
And
I'm
talk
just.
for good measure.
Yeah, I think I'm just rallying myself up because I've been watching too much.
I'm
Resident
down
Evil
for
and stuff.
Jackbox games.
Let's get some Jackbox games going.
All right, so you boot up the old Xbox and you play some Jackbox games, and for the most part, like the traffic noise, it's still there, but it's kind of just one of those noises where you're just used to it.
Just turn it up.
Yeah, just turn it up loud.
Yeah. We're loud anyways.
Quick flash.
Everyone, give me a perception -5 because you've already cranked the video game up.
Fail by 5.
You said what?
I'm at
Did anybody
31
pass?
I got.
No, so if you hadn't taken the modifier, I would have crit.
I crit.
What was the rolling
35.
So what was your modified score?
Oh, this was 35.
So at the end of this session, you get a +1 to perception.
Perception.
Permanently.
-5.
All right. So Chloe and Matt are the only two that hear this, but like Chloe's got the controller, so she kind of just like hears it out of the corner of her ear. Matt's not playing right now because he lost or whatever, and he hears
His phone's dead.
like he hears from downstairs, like underneath this apartment, like a bunch of thuds and some yelling, followed by some screaming.
There are kids downstairs.
Not at 1 in the morning.
Does it sound like a pain scream, or
It doesn't sound like a good scream. Like on a scale from 1 to bad, it's bad. Like you didn't hear anything else, but you heard like thud, 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 and then some like something smashes, and you hear some screaming. You're the only one. You and Chloe are the only ones that heard this.
I'm gonna look around the others now. I'll like the eyes.
So guys,
I'll the eyes of like something downstairs screams.
yeah. There's some weird shit happening downstairs.
Put the TV on mute.
Turn the lights off. Everyone be quiet.
All right, so you turn the lights off, and now like you're, aside from moving around the apartment, you hear a bunch of like stuff bumping around downstairs. You don't hear any screams anymore, but you hear like boom coming from what sounds like underneath your kitchen, and then you hear something like smash, what's coming from like underneath your bedroom, and this noise kind of continues on, and then you hear another scream coming from one of the bedrooms. This one a lot quieter and a lot higher in pitch than the first scream.
I'm gonna get off the couch and kind of get everybody off the couch and ask for you two to move it over real quick.
If someone's breaking in downstairs.
We don't know if they're gonna break it upstairs too.
I don't think anyone's
Yeah.
gonna.
We went to go see if a dude would. Literally, we went to go see if someone was. We talked to a guy breaking into the apartment in this apartment complex, and it turned out to be his own place he was trying to break into.
Actually, it wasn't.
Yeah, but that is.
He thought it was his own place.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
But my point is, if we're going to go out and talk to somebody who's calmly trying to bust a window, if I'm hearing screaming, like, we need to go see.
I'm not
As
going
much as I, as much,
Cops.
and
I'm
we,
calling the
Cops
cops.
are gonna get
you
here.
can call the
because
cops, but I'm still,
They're not gonna get here.
yeah.
Especially
And in
with
the
traffic.
3 hours it took him to go investigate someone breaking in last time, we can go see if
That's right.
everyone's okay.
I'm not going downstairs.
Does
I
anybody-
wouldn't expect you
Does
to.
anybody call 911?
I realize with the traffic there's no point.
And I assume it's gonna be busy. I don't. Oh, Matthew does. Wrong Matthew.
Matthew does, but not Matthew.
Not
Matthew
Matthew
does,
does.
not Matthew.
Not Matthew.
You're you though, so anything
You're
you would
playing you,
realize,
yeah.
you realize.
Yeah.
That's the point of this.
There is no character knowledge
Ah!
versus player knowledge anymore.
It is you, all of
It's
you.
perfect for someone.
It is you knowledge. Self-insertion.
Oh shit. That's right. Let's get to getting used to it.
So-
If
so-
anybody convinces me otherwise, I won't call the cops. But my first instinct is to call the cops.
All right.
Can I see that bat?
So you do try to call the cops, and
I
you
need
get
my
to like
wire.
the doo. All circuits are busy.
Alright.
Please try again.
There you go.
You're not going.
Why
You're
not?
not going.
Why not?
You're a child.
Hey, I want to go. I want to see
Matt,
I want to see
Matt.
this.
Matt,
Should I
you're
sit on
staying
him?
here.
just
You with me?
just stay right here.
Please be careful.
go.
Yeah.
Like, for real,
Bro,
like, I'm
that-
fucking scared as shit.
Oh, so he can get the bat, but I have to take the tire out. I see how things.
Do you want a dual tire
I
iron?
said
I'll give
yes,
you my
and then she
keys.
offered.
Yeah, you took it from me. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
If you want a dual tire iron, I'll give you my keys. You can get it in
That
my
means
car.
walking past downstairs.
Yeah, we're gonna go check out downstairs first.
I'm immediately locking the door behind me.
I'm grabbing a kitchen knife.
Block what? Block.
Something, I
I'm
don't
gonna
know,
chill
like-
the balcony. I'm gonna chill on the balcony.
All right. So you got to the balcony.
Yes.
I don't have any shields. Sorry.
So what are you? Who all is going downstairs?
Should just be us two.
What are you taking with you?
I've got a tire iron.
We got the bat.
You got a bat and tire. All right.
A metal bat, right?
Mhm.
Is it a metal?
It is solid metal bat.
All right. So you unlock the door and you
Nice.
start. You start
Lock the
making
door
your way.
behind us.
Yeah, I did. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna lock the door behind you.
You're officially locked outside. So you make your way.
Genuinely, I want that door locked.
Yes,
I'm actually
please.
comfortable.
That was perfect
Matt,
time.
lock the door.
Reach over.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Should we, like, does anyone else here have, like, a weapon or self-defense up here? Or-
Oh yeah, there's a crap ton more up here.
Alright, then people should probably go get that, just in case we
What else is
don't
that?
give whatever
I will
robber or
literally
something.
field the chair I'm sitting on.
Let's see. I've got 2 or 3. I mean, they're probably not battle ready, but they're swords, which might be a little unwieldy. We've got
We got
pocket
a
knives
lightsaber.
galore in this house.
Yeah.
Kitchen knives.
We got kitchen knives. I've got a cast iron pan. If anyone wants to grab that.
Hey, it
I will
works.
grab
Are you strong enough to carry around a cast iron pan?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Let's find out.
You're going to test
Give
it?
me it then.
You know where
I've
it
got
is.
Give me it then.
I've
We'll
got one
see
of
about
those
this.
ultra sabers that's aircraft grade, aluminum
is
and
your,
plastic. It
this
can
is your
definitely
Mjolnir
break some
test.
bones. Not thick bones. It can break like fingers and stuff.
It would be like a quarterstaff. or
Yeah.
equivalent.
It's a very fancy, expensive quarterstaff.
You just don't want to go downstairs. Shade.
For Matt, it's counted as a two-hand weapon.
Yeah. And he can get about 2 swings before his time. I can see you swinging it back and he just.
Drunken master and shit.
All right. So you two make your way downstairs. What are you going to do?
So I would first, as soon as I hit the bottom of the stairs, I want to kind of like peek left or right, see if I see anything.
Towards the courtyard.
Like, well, because when you come down the stairs, you're kind of like out in this opening.
Right.
So I just want to like kind of scan the area real quick.
All right. Give me perception plus 20 because you're actually like scanning properly what's going on.
42 pass.
So with 42, you see a lot of people. Well, you see still some people on their balconies, but mostly you see a lot of places have their lights out. Which I mean, it's going on one. It's like 12:30 in the morning. Not weird. And you still kind of hear the din of traffic, but you hear less horns, less people yelling. You still hear some, but it seems like it's further north from where you were hearing it earlier. But you don't see or hear anything else.
Since he checked out towards the front, I want to check like under the stairs, like towards the door.
Okay.
Where,
So just you look towards the door and it's still closed.
It's closed.
Both doors are still closed.
Lights on.
The one you're specifically going to investigate is still closed. Like you don't see, and there's a window underneath in the stairwell. Right?
Yes.
That's still intact.
Still inside.
Are the lights on? Weird.
No.
Okay. Then if I don't see anybody, I would probably creep as much as I can to like peek into the balcony.
Okay. So you peek in and everything is intact. Like the glass is still whole, the door is closed, all the lights are still off.
They tend to have their blinds open.
They actually, yeah, you can usually see what TV show they're watching.
Okay.
That's up to you.
That's up to you.
So you see you see kind of like the light of the TV, but the TV is at a weird angle. Like you've looked in there before, not like a creepy way, but you've seen it in their apartment before.
You don't know me.
Don't kink shame me. And it's usually facing like their couch, but it's actually at a weird angle. It's facing away from the balcony, like casting the light onto the kitchen, and you see something kind of splattered against the wall on the little half wall that leads into the kitchen. You can't see anything else, but you see something that shouldn't be there is there.
I don't see any movement or anything.
No. Not from there.
I would probably go back. You're still on the stairs?
Yeah, I'm like, just,
I'll go back with you and kind of like, let's knock.
Yeah.
And so I would go up to the door
You don't hear a dog bark.
and don't hear dog.
What you do hear is a high-pitched scream, like this, definitely not an adult screaming, and you hear,
I think they have like 2
They've
kids.
got keywords.
and you hear running, da 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 da, bam, and it smashes into the door. Something on the other side just hurls itself at the door, and you know the door opens in. You assume it opens in like at your house.
Does the door open in?
But like, you know, these are security doors because it's the front door of the house. But this thing moves. Like this thing rocks almost outwards in its settings.
I'm assuming we all hear that.
Everybody upstairs definitely hears the scream coming from what sounds like underneath the master bedroom area, and then wham, right underneath where the door is.
All right.
I am now
fir-
peeking
my
out.
first
I'm
instinct.
gripping my lightsaber.
My first instinct is to text our house group, our D&D group chat that we have. We're still okay. We're going. What do you want to do? I would send the "we're okay" text first.
I hear that. I'm on the balcony. I tell you guys to get your fucking asses inside.
Like,
I'll text the group
So
chat.
you yell down.
We're okay.
You yell that down to them.
Well, they can hear. Like I didn't.
But
not
I don't
yell,
I mean, like,
but, like
they're like 10 people.
yeah.
Well, if you're there and we're down here,
Yeah.
if you're just like, get your ass in here, like, we're not going to hear that.
No, I'm not talking about talking. But not like
She's gonna-
yelling. Like I'm
She's not
not.
Yeah, you don't have to yell.
Right.
You just
I just
have
mean
to
like
yell
she
it out.
says that down to you in a tone where
We're
she
also
goes.
talking about me here. Like I have a very loud voice.
Like, we can go test this right now. Like,
No,
We're just gonna cast Iron Skill.
Our actual downstairs neighbors open the door and they're like, oh.
Sorry.
It's science, for science.
So you pull out your phone and you start to text the group. And as you're texting, Jesse, give me a perception -10.
I was gonna say if I'm on Wi-Fi
Minus
still, then like my text can still go through.
26.
-10? And you almost crit fail?
Yeah. Nope.
So remember, as we go through, you all have your sigils marked down based on your luck score.
Mhm.
You can use a sigil to add 25 to your threshold, to re-roll a roll, and later on there's a third use for a sigil, which we're not going to cover.
We're still in front of the door.
Yeah.
When I text you like we're okay.
So you have your phone, it's lit up, you're texting it. You're probably looking at the door like, oh, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
When something hits the window and
Shit.
comes through it.
Through the wiring too?
Like the downstairs window?
Well,
Yes.
all of them have the wires.
Right.
If it's anything.
It doesn't come like clean through like in the movie, but like it hits it and part of it comes through. And you see like you flick your camera or you flick your phone light around and it's the kid from downstairs. Like all shredded, face is all shredded up by the
Oh
mesh.
shit.
Mesh,
Just get the fuck out of here, man. That's
the mesh is actually like caught and dug into the face, where it's like cut back to the bone. It's peeled back part of the skull, and it's screaming at you. And like whatever part it has through, it just keeps forcing its arm further and further through the mesh, stripping the flesh back from the arm as it reaches for you, screaming, blood curdling scream the entire time.
Not gonna lie, my first instinct would be to kick the screen and then run.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
the
like,
fucking bat.
well, like I mean, steel toe boots. First instinct would just be like boot to the like screen and
might.
fucking go.
Plus 40, superior position.
That puts me at 73.
Raise it. Raise it. Raise it.
You know what? I will, because this is like a. I was like, who took my pencil? I will spend a sigil to put. It's 25
Plus 25.
so I have to beat a 98.
Yes.
Alright.
Exactly. Seems crit.
Yeah.
Great.
That would be accurate.
This would be the time when I roll like a 99,
I rolled a 99.
and I rolled a 70. So I'm happy I raised it.
I'm happy you raised
Well, actually, if it was you said plus 40, 73, I still would have beaten it, but I'd rather not risk it.
70 degree of success in that speed.
So that's a 70, which is a 0-7 hit location, which is the head.
70 is
I still told you to the head.
Well, it's I'm not like kicking with my toe. No, you flip it.
Oh,
For your hit location, you flip whatever you use to hit.
Oh,
Like
so
I would
it's
kick like the bottom of my foot, like to the screen surface area, man.
Like,
So
boom.
It's still a boot from Mitch. I think it's
So you basically, as a reactionary action, like you're sitting there, I'm gonna send a group text, let everyone know that I'm okay. Then this little horror launches itself through what you know to be safety window.
I already don't like kids.
Like, so it's not that. Okay, it's weird enough that a little kid launched themselves through a window, but they launched themselves partially through a safety window, which you know, and you just got done describing to people, is built to withstand blunt force impact. And the fact that a child was able to partially protrude themselves through it with maybe 10 feet of run space in their house, that's kind of crazy.
My first instinct would honestly probably be, God, this complex sucks.
So,
But after that, I'm right.
so first reaction,
Holy shit.
I really need to move. Second reaction, boot to skull on this kid.
Right.
So you fight or flight kicks in, and you wheel back, and you just boot stomp this kid square in the face, and you catch it with the heel right between the eyes. And this is already a head that has sustained some trauma, like some flesh has been peeled back. You're basically putting heel to bone, and you just hear the sickening crunch. And you hit right between the eyes, right above the bridge of the nose, and your foot actually kind of sinks in a little bit, and immediately the screams cut, and the thing falls down.
Okay.
Holy shit.
And that is Mitch's first kill of a zombie.
Yeah, me versus Ty.
Hey,
Yeah.
your alternate self has a.
Hey, he's so counted.
Are you?
Fix
Are
the
you still?
skeleton.
Are you counting our alternate selves?
No.
Oh.
So this is your
I'm gonna
first
kill
one.
a
Too bad,
child.
juicy ass.
American
See those
juicy
kids
ass.
downstairs. I want to
Okay.
feel bad. I'm just gonna look
So,
at them.
First of all,
Oh,
holy shit.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're still downstairs.
Right.
Your boot is still in the face of the child.
I can kill a child.
Okay.
I'm
The
like
kid
literally pulling back in. You kick them, and now it's your turn.
Okay.
Did we hear that?
Yes. The other said you heard the boom, and the second boom from the window.
Did we hear the like?
You heard the scream stop. For you're not sure why. And then a
Okay.
text comes through. Hey, we're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, that might be even more. Can like the scream stop and then you all hear the. We're okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay then. So I know. What are you doing? Because like I just like kicked.
I'm freaking the fuck out. You just fucking boot stomp the fucking kid. That was
shit.
already bleeding. Like,
Okay. First of all, it came at me. Second of all, what the fuck?
let's get back upstairs.
Are you sure? I don't hear any more screaming.
I'm gonna text what happened.
What the fuck are we gonna do?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. There's a
Can I
boy
poke
and a
him with
girl.
a bat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it? You know nothing of the. This is from my mind only. You don't know the kids downstairs. Was it the boy or the girl?
They're both about the same age.
No, they are not.
Oh. Well, I think not. All of our neighbors
Which
have-
one's the older one?
The boy.
It was the boy.
Okay, I was like, did I just kick like an 8-year-old girl to death?
Oh.
I need you, as you're making your way back upstairs. You said you're going back upstairs, right?
No, he wants. We're
Oh,
talking
I'm
about what we're going to do.
I'm not gonna fucking leave him down here by himself.
I'm hearing you guys. I'm hearing you guys over on the balcony.
Well,
And
we
I'm
wouldn't
like-
be talking loud. We would be whispering.
Oh,
So-
okay, never mind.
You being on the balcony, you would have heard a lot more. They would have heard like boom, crunch. Like you would have
Holy
heard,
shit.
like you on the
Well,
balcony,
yeah.
would
You
have
heard
heard
the initial like, oh fuck!
you would have heard glass shattering, the screaming. You would have heard like somebody kicking like a bike helmet, like a bike helmet full of hamburger.
There's only one thing worse than a rapist.
Yeah. And then you would have heard you scream immediately stopping. And then you heard them
Basically,
talking.
I asked over the balcony because I hear all that, and then I hear the screaming stop, per se, screaming. So I asked, are you sure that there's no one else in there? Because we heard a lot of thudding.
I don't know who lives here.
Let's see, there's
Because we have more people here, and I'm not sure if
there's
we...
2 women, an
Yeah.
old man, and 2 kids.
A
One
drunk
kid.
old man.
A drunk man.
Now one
Well,
kid.
the 2 kids are still there. One's still there.
I mean, technically.
One's also in the bottom of the boot, but that's okay.
So, okay, honestly, I don't feel right just going upstairs now. I mean, look at that. We need to.
So check if there's anyone okay in there.
I would go over to the edge and like look up at Red, Rosie. I don't know what's going on. Jesse and I are going to check it out. We'll be right back.
Okay. I was about to say, we could probably try, like, because when it comes to, like,
Ooh, have someone like jump up and down on the living room in here.
okay, that, on top of that, we can let you know if we hear any more. Like, I could probably have someone go into, like, specific rooms, and then ear to floor in here, while someone's jumping and causing noise.
While you're doing
since
that,
he's around that. I was just gonna say like, make sure like.
so while you're doing
guard
that,
themselves.
Mitch, I need you to roll a will minus 20, and
Uh-oh.
Jesse, I need you to roll a will minus 15.
Oh man.
And again, you remember you still have sigils, either preloaded or after the roll
You
you
said
can
minus 20.
minus 20.
You know what? It's a rough night. I'll burn a second sigil. So my threshold is 36 now.
So now it's plus,
Alright.
so you will plus 5.
Yeah, so 36.
So if I spend mine,
It would add
Yeah, plus-
25 to your will score to raise your threshold.
so it'll be plus 10 normally because minus 15. Plus, is it my math
No,
right?
I did. So you're minus 15, so it's
Yeah.
plus 10.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah,
trying to
will
say.
plus 10.
41.
So what is how much? I need to know on this. I need to
I
know how
fell
much
by
you fell.
5.
So you fell by 5.
So I'm plus 10, so I'm 40.
You're like
Ooh,
57.
57. I failed by 10.
All right, you both fell by 10.
Well, I fell by 5.
So you both, right? You both fell by under 10. So you both take a minor mental wound.
Uh-oh.
Basically, you just
Right,
boot stomped the kid, and he saw you boot stomp the kid.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
So
No
just
matter
right-
the situation, you still just
Exit
like
out
boot
right
to
there?
skull the kid. So
Get
basically,
more
with
water.
mental wounds, what happens from here on out? A minor wound gives you no penalty. So right now, you're not going to suffer any mental.
Gonna have a
You're not
bad
going to
dream.
suffer any penalties in your mental checks. Significant or a grievous would have given you one. Basically, these will go away over time. Right now, you don't suffer any penalties. A minor wound is basically going to go away by the end of the encounter. So you boot stomped a kid, and you both failed your will check. So it's like the severity of what you just did kind of sinks in. But you feel that because it was reactionary to a really messed up situation, it didn't really affect you. Like it hasn't hampered your abilities to perform.
And then we're gonna hide our cookies because there's only one more left and she has to have it because it's hers.
Okay, so yeah, have someone like jump up and down in the living room real quick, and I'll go back to him at the door.
I'll jump up and down.
You're gonna be Shut up, Twinkle.
Okay,
I
big
think the
green
last-
giant, let's go.
So-
Right at the door.
So, big green giant over here, Todd, is going to be jumping up and down.
So Todd's jumping up and down. At the door, you hear boom, 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 boom. You don't hear anything else.
I took the last
Uh,
one. I waited for you to hide it from
so-
everybody else.
When he boot stomped the kid, did the kid still like stuck on the mesh or did it fall off?
It was already kind of wrapped up in the mesh. So when he kicked it, he set most of it free, but like the arm was still trying to reach through. So it's still there. Like the boot obviously pushed the head back through, but the arm is still kind of tangled in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm just curious if we can like see a little bit through it, like down.
Pretty much from that, we should be able to see like into the kitchen.
From that direction, you see a pair of legs
In the kitchen.
in the kitchen. You see a pair of legs, and it looks like blood, kind of pooled up from what you can see.
Crazy. So after we didn't hear anything else, right?
Is the door unlocked?
Check. Door opens up.
Are you in this?
I mean,
Look, if you say no, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm just letting you know, I'm fucking freaked out right now.
You think I'm doing better?
This is fucking.
These kids are annoying, but the brain one.
Yeah. Like I know you said you hate children, but.
There's radio evidence. Alright.
Do you want to? I was gonna say, do you want to relay this real quick and then have a chat upset?
What are we gonna? What am I gonna be like? Kid dead? Check it out.
Or you guys are having this conversation outside the partially open door. Like you already opened the door a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're just
And this would be an actual conversation. Killed kid, checking house.
Red is kind of old.
Let's go. Show.
They're probably whispering
Are
something
you,
to him.
are you with me?
Let's do it.
All right, before you go in, is there anything anybody else wants to be doing while all this is going on?
Chewing all of their nails off and
So,
strapping.
Rosie, what they say?
Do I need to keep jumping?
No, it's fine. Stop jumping now.
I'm sitting in front of the TV. I am definitely
Do
watching
I-
the news now just to distract
Would I
myself.
hear them open the door?
Probably not.
No.
We wouldn't have like kicked it open or anything.
Okay.
You don't see anything new. It's kind of just the same talking heads on a loop now. They're talking about the virus, and it's probably spread through like cough, so wear a face mask, that type of stuff. Same thing they always talk about during
Yeah.
these pandemic situations.
And I'm like cross-check. I'm also like on Facebook or whatever, just kind of scrolling through almost mindlessly.
Yeah.
Like, you know how when you're scrolling through Facebook, just you're not really looking at
You see some funny memes. You see a couple of invites to send people carrots in Farmville, but you also see
This
the kind
isn't 2016 now.
I don't know what your kids do on the internet these days. You see the same stuff Todd did. You
I
see,
just like to laugh.
you see like the government's hiding this from us. Like some of your friends or some of the groups you're in, people are like, oh, this is definitely a
So
cover up.
keep in mind too, I do have friends from all over the country.
Right, and you're seeing kind of the same thing. Like, what's going on with this? Like everyone, I'm holed up in my house. See a couple people posting like pictures of them with their guns. Like, I'm ready.
So my New York friend, get back in touch with me.
You don't hear anything back.
You also have to realize it's like 5 a.m. there.
I'm
Yeah,
freaking
this
out
is
now,
happening.
Okay.
so I would be
So-
calling.
Anyways, basically,
Okay.
I didn't get any like legitimate information. They just asked me to have him.
At this point,
stomp
I
up
would
and
be like,
All I know is that I heard some thrashing, and I heard crashing, and I heard a thud, and then I heard nothing. So
Just so you guys know though, this is like, I've got friends in Kansas who are posting about this too. So whatever's going on, it's also going on.
So
Okay?
Todd, you would have heard back from your husband. He's like, hey, I'm holed up. Got the doors locked. All the lights are off. I'm upstairs. Just stay where you're at. We'll figure out what's going on. I'll text you in the morning, or text you if something happens.
Right. Yeah.
But sorry, before you called him, he would have texted you back.
Okay.
bless you.
Basically, because you texted him, he would have texted you back like, I'm safe. Just don't worry. Stay where you're at. Like we'll meet up after this is all over.
Right.
And
at this point during all of this, I'd be not like hard
Freaking out.
crying, but like there'd be many tears streaming down my face
Oh my lord.
as I'm opening up my brand new knives.
So she was in tears when we went to a haunted house.
Oh god.
Yeah. Call out bless
And
you.
well, until she went in, and then she realized that it's like a traveling carnival haunted house, and the guy literally pushed us up a cart.
I know,
Pushed us up
okay?
a hill in our cart, like he had to push us. And then she felt really silly.
wait till you find out that he curbed stomped a kid.
She may high five me.
You what?
Okay, so listening to all of this going on around me, I think it's at this point that I'd be like, okay, I need somebody to be my eyes because I'm gonna go get some supplies out of my car. If we're gonna be holed up here for the night with all this traffic and crazy sounds, I'd much rather have some things from my car in this room.
Me too. Wait, never mind.
At this
Hey,
point,
should be useful.
Hey!
I would be
You are like baby. Stay here.
I don't know if that's a good idea. You should probably wait for next Jesse to get back first.
If we have to continually rely on those two to protect our asses, we're screwed.
Okay, they're also like bears. I think it's safe to assume they're gonna make it a minute.
We don't
Mitch,
judge.
put those away.
We don't judge here on this game.
First session, we're not trying to get that many views yet.
Alright. Before we go back to our dastardly heroes, our swole victors downstairs, anybody else want to do anything?
I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a kitchen knife.
Well, during this, I'm in like that corner because that's where my kitchen knives in a box currently are. So I'm opening it up, but I'm very.
I was gonna
I'm
save
like-
this for the new house.
I'm like mindless at this point, and I'm not listening to anyone.
Okay, so
and I'm
you're
just
just
gonna
looking
probably like pass back and forth with the knife in
I
my hand.
basically,
I'm freaking out.
I'm just,
and
I'm
I'm not
just-
listening to anyone
I'm probably gonna like sit with Brittany
until
and
that
just
door
like
opens.
pass like information and like strategy talk on like what is going on, what should we do.
We're got our eyes.
or,
We're
or
literally
basically we're trying to organize like what's gonna happen.
Okay. Alright, so downstairs, Mitch and Jesse are about to enter.
Into the fray.
Very, very slowly.
Go ahead and roll.
There's a
There's
the light switch right next to the door.
Okay.
I will flick it. I have no idea their lighting system. This is where you take over.
Well, I was gonna say
It's
roll.
like a DJ.
I was gonna say roll stealth, but never mind. So you flick the lights on and the lights.
No, I don't care if anything sees me. I want to make sure I see anything.
Well, so the lights come on and you see. You look into the right and you see basically the back 2/3 of the kit hanging out the window.
Right.
But you see, like you're the first in the door. You. Like,
I'm probably not even through the door yet.
Right,
Like,
you're just looking.
it'd be like chest through the door.
So you're the only one that sees this. Like the kid is covered in blood.
Uh-huh.
Covered. Like they're in their pajamas, but it's just like dripping. Like the floor underneath them is slick with blood. And you see, because you flick the light on, that there's footprints and like drag marks, basically blood all over the floor, all over the furniture. You look left into the kitchen and you can see that it's the mom. You can't see her upper torso, but you can just see a pool of blood like spilling out from underneath her, and her legs just kicked out. And that's all you see just on an initial look. But it's a massacre in here already.
Then I would look back to you, like gesture for you to follow, and very slowly. Now I want a light on or whatever. I want to be quiet.
Right.
Coming
Yeah,
out.
we'll try to be quiet with them too.
All right, so go ahead and
And I'll
hold
leave
you.
that door. Close the door. Leave it open. Close the door. Leave it open. I said that twice, so it could be louder for the microphone.
So for the game, if you want to whisper, you say like I whisper to him, but then talk in normal
Yeah,
conversation.
I whisper to you. Door open and close.
Well, shit, anything going on outside, I prefer to close the door, but should anything
But you
going
also
on
hear,
here?
you also don't want to close it because then we have to open it.
Yeah.
Actually, all right, compromise. No, bad compromise.
Take the door, take the door off the hinges. What's the compromise between open and close?
the compromise in my mind was to open up the patio door, but that's
That's a really
also
bad idea.
worse. All right, just leave it not closed, but don't leave it open.
What?
Well, it's like, I mean,
It's crap.
So you
Yeah.
follow.
You
You follow
see-
resting on like the door, like resting against it, not pushed closed, but not left open.
the door is polymorphed into a jar.
And then very quietly, I would point to you to like at the legs, and point to myself, and I'll like to the hallway.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, so both of you go ahead and roll me stealth plus 15, because you're both actively trying to do
45. Oof.
Ooh!
Fail squad over here.
What I say, we're
How
screwed.
much did you fail by?
If it's 45, I failed by 7.
Okay.
I almost got a critical fail by 3 points.
You failed by, is that no? Is that,
You
That's a
failed by
9.
that's a
52.
9?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
you
9.
failed by
Okay.
52.
Yeah.
So Jesse basically gives you the thumbs up, like, got it.
We got
And
it.
as he's making his way in, he knocks, they have their little stand next to the door. Like, put your keys on it, whatever. They have like a flower vase on the door. And he looks at you, gives you the thumbs up, and bumps into it. Roll me an athletics check, Jesse. Flat athletics.
Flat athletics?
Yeah.
Can I spin a sigil?
That's your
Check
choice.
25. Let's see. So, 99, so it'll be 64? Are you fucking kidding me? 81.
Oh.
no.
So you bobble this, you bump into the vase, you see it start to wobble, and you bobble it. If you want to make a athletics check at minus 20 to try to help, you can.
Me?
Yes.
Why not? It can. If I
Don't
fail,
say
it
it.
snatches. At minus 20?
Yep.
Alright, it's gotta be an 18.
You got this.
Or less.
You got this.
No. 53.
So you kind of like bobble
I
it.
do the like,
You bobble
I go
it.
to catch it, I just like throw it.
You basically bobble it back and forth like a JV volleyball team, and you hear. I mean, obviously it doesn't go well. It just hits the ground. Fortunately, it's plastic. It just kind of goes dunk, dunk, dunk. It still makes a noise, and like Red, you hear a noise. It's not a smash, but it's like it's something like a tube hitting the ground, like dunk, dunk, dunk. It's one of those fake, heavy flower vases with the flowers are like stuck in a gel almost. All right, what do you do? So you said you're heading towards the hallway. You're pointing him towards the kitchen.
Yeah. And I'm just going to the like wall of the hallway and like peeking over.
So, like, right here?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm just gonna probably peek over the counter, maybe like lift myself up a little bit with bat still in hand, just
All right, so you see the mom, but her throat is gone, like tore out, and the blood you saw sprayed up against the wall now makes sense. Basically, like across the oven hood and the fridge, like arterial spray, and then whatever after that, her heart just pumped it on the ground. You can see she kind of had her arms out, some defensive like claw and bite marks on her forearms. And almost like a look of shock on her face. Not necessarily like, I'm being bitten. Probably more like, I'm being bitten by my kid.
I'm gonna whisper to Mitch. I'm like, Mitch, let's get the fuck out of here. She's got a throat ripped off. At least wait till morning and I can call the cops or something.
I'll whisper back. Alright, if you let's do it.
This is nothing normal.
Alright. Get back to play. Let's go.
And as they make their way back up to the apartment to report back what they saw,
I'm definitely close the door quietly.
Yeah.
that's where we're going to go ahead
Fuck out the light.
and end it for today. So if you have any comments about today's session, now's the time if you want to discuss it all before we wrap it up.
I'm gonna finally do something. I'm gonna do something when I'm gonna get myself killed. It's this
Yeah,
one.
probably. That's why we're trying to
Do you
keep
think
you safe.
you're gonna get yourself killed?
I just fucking dropped a base.
And I helped him.
I needed help to drop a base.
Kill a child.
I swear I'm not gonna be this freaked out for the whole campaign.
Oh, are you
No,
sure about that?
Eventually you take over this.
If we don't die.
It's over.
Yeah, true. Eventually you'll become numb to it.
Exactly.
Eventually. After you're like your 7th kid. So I'm on my way.
All right, so when we bring,
Which is like, yeah, after your 7th kid, I got 3 more away.
so when we bring it back, we'll see what Mitch and Jesse have to say to the rest of the party and what their plans are going to be now that things are getting a little bit a little more interesting here in their apartment. Until next time, stay alive.